thank you for stepping into the limelight, Pete Buzzsaw Holland, who is our martial arts and battle scenes choreographer and the director for the Heartsfelled, the Identity Stealer project. Pete, I know from talking to people in your own martial arts and fitness classes that you are a really respected and natural leader. Do you think that's why you've turned out to be such a good film director? Do you think that the skill sets are transferable?
Well, certainly, because I've been an instructor for many years, taking classes both for the martial arts and for the fitness classes, as well as doing the theatrical combat classes as well. That I feel the whole experience in dealing with people really probably makes it a lot easier to organise, get people together, and to get the most out of the actors, out of the stunt crew that are doing the actual stunt fight sequences. Yes, I mean, it does help when you've got that connection with people.
Yeah, there is a real emphasis on teamwork on this whole project, and I think that's
definitely.
Coming down from the top.
Most definitely. The thing is, it has to be a team effort, and we're thankful that we've got a team that gels really well. Everybody works together, and the stunt fight crews for all the individual battle sequences, they're all being personally picked. They all know exactly what they're doing, and each one should come off really well.
Great, thank you. And in a similar vein, I know that being a director or a team leader of any kind requires great personal discipline as well. Tell us about your outdoor pursuits, rock climbing, wild swimming, and things that you do during your time off, but that bring you that kind of discipline. Tell us something about that.
Well, I spend an awful lot of time, as you know, out and about. I'm a very outward bounds kind of guy, and for many years now I've enjoyed doing bushcraft, wild camping, which is basically being out there in the mountains, rock climbing, trad climbing as we call it, traditional climbing, as opposed to being inside sports centres, climbing on walls. So anything that takes me outside. Wild swimming, again, is another passion of mine. I like to get out there, coastal swimming as well as inland, lochs in Scotland, lakes in England, rivers, all sorts of things. I teach longbow archery, so to do that, on top of course, all the martial arts that I do, and obviously I'm renowned for doing the swordsmanship and teaching people how to fight correctly in traditional English martial arts, both with weapons as well as the unarmed combat. So yes, if I'm given the opportunity to go out and do something, that's where you'll find me.
Yeah, fabulous. And I think you do, as I say, you bring that discipline with you to the set as well. Also, I know you've been in lots of different productions. You do action acting and support acting. Tell us what you can about some of the projects that you've been in, and whether you think any of that will influence the Heartsfelled production.
Well, certainly. I mean, I've been in big productions. Quite rightly, a lot of them I can't really say too many details about.
Sure.
But if I get chosen, whether it be a more modern production where we're doing modern, say, military work, gun work, or specifically when we're going to the historical zone where we are with Heartsfelled, seeing as the story of Heartsfelled is based within the Anglo-Saxon period, then yes, I'm very well versed in on-screen combat, where we've been in many of the big movies, do the big battle sequences. It is really, can seem to be quite manic, but they're actually very well controlled. And when you're actually on set and you're putting it together, it's all very, very well choreographed. Everybody knows exactly what they're doing. Tons of energy, no power, everything is done. So all that experience, all that skill set, especially for my guys from Team and Combat that are actually helping me out with fight sequences, again, it all feeds back and should make Heartsfelled, the Identity Stealer, that much better in its production. It's preparation, exactly, that's it. Preparation, rehearsals, come to the day of the shoot, everything comes together.
Fantastic. And you are, which is not a conversation I hear you have very often, Pete, but you have a fabulous imagination. You create and write stories yourself.
Yes.
And you've been very influential in the creation of the characters of the demons for Heartsfelled. Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, yes, you're quite right. As producer, you even got me to read you a little bit of one of my stories based in Midgard. I do like my storytelling as well, and the whole story of Heartsfelled, taken from the original poem,
Yeah.
to be able to be asked to direct this particular movie,
Yeah.
and to take that story from the poem and transfer that into a visual story, and to take these mystic, spiritual beings, these creatures, out of the Anglo-Saxon folklore,
Yes.
and visualise them,
Yes.
has been a joy. And to be able to work both with yourself, the producer, and to work with the special effects makeup guys
Yes.
and girls who are putting this together to produce what we want,
Yeah.
I think the creature element will have just the look we're asking for
Yeah.
in this production. Both kind of crossing the plane between the demonic spirit being
Yes.
and the more earthly human-based characters. So there's
Yeah.
a connection between the two.
Yeah.
But at the same time, really making sure that the core, the Heartsfelled poem, where the whole story derives from,
Mhm.
that we pay homage to that story as
Yes.
best we can
Yeah.
in that visual way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It is quite a feat, isn't it?
It's a big feat, because when you
bringing
read
a poem to life visually is quite a tough thing.
not only is it a poem, but it's a poem in Anglo-Saxon.
Yeah.
And when you get the imagery and you understand the imagery in
Yes.
it becomes quite a task to be able to transfer that visually into what you want. But I do believe that we've got the team that's going to be able to do that.
I would agree.
And hopefully at the end of the day, Heartsfelled, the Identity Stealer, should be quite an extravaganza and a wonderful story visually on screen for those people that are watching it, to see that that original poem blossoming into that visual story.
Pete, you are an absolute treat to work with. Pete Buzzsaw, Holland, director,
pleasure.
actor, martial arts expert, and all-round good guy. Thank you so much.
Well, thank you for asking me to help on this project.
Thank you.
Thank you.